Welcome to Heart Health for Life, Part 1. I'm Dr. Michelle Dowdy, and I wanted to spend some time talking with you during National Heart Awareness Month about the condition of your heart. This is a subject that's very dear to me. I know people that have lived to be almost 100, 90s, and 80s. However, on the other side, I know people that have heart disease and have not been able to make it past 50 or 60 years old. So this is very dear to me, and I wanted to spend some time talking a little bit about how to make sure your heart is healthy as possible. Let's first talk about the purpose of this mini training. This is a very short training because I believe it's more effective than a 2-hour training. So it's almost like an infomercial. I want to provide you with a clear understanding of what types of lifestyles contribute to heart disease, to provide you with a clear understanding of the risk factors associated with heart disease, and to provide you with a clear understanding of how to lower your risk for heart disease. It really doesn't make sense if we begin to talk about research and purport statistics without providing you with some way to lower your risk for heart disease. So we don't want to scare you, but what we want to do is make this little training very effective so that you'll start making small steps toward heart health. The anatomy of the heart. The heart is roughly the size of a large fist and weighs between about 10 to 12 ounces for men and 8 to 10 ounces in women. It's very small in nature. But the purpose of the heart is to circulate blood through the veins and the arteries of the body. Without the heart, we know a person cannot live. The heart is made up of 4 chambers. The 2 upper chambers are called the atrial, and the lower are the ventricles. Let's pause for a moment. If the heart is the size of a large fist, supporting your entire body, it must be very strong. In order for the heart to operate in an optimal fashion, you will need to confront the stressors that heighten the risk of heart disease on a day-to-day basis. So let's take a look at those stressors. What are the stressors that cause problems with the heart? Poor dietary habits, lack of exercise, smoking, high cholesterol, uncontrollable blood pressure, diabetes, genetics, and family history. As you look at the stressors, all of the stressors except for 2 of them are preventable. Genetics and family history are something that you can't prevent. The rest of them are preventative in nature. Let's review the symptoms of heart disease. Now, some of these symptoms may be linked to other things and not necessarily heart disease, but these are some of the common symptoms: chest pain, chest tightness, chest pressure, shortness of breath, pain, numbness, or weakness or coldness in the legs or arm, pain in the neck, the jaw, the throat, upper abdomen or back, abnormal heartbeat, and then you have something called tachycardia, and that is a racing heart, and bradycardia is when you have a slow heartbeat, lightheadedness, dizziness, fainting, swelling legs, abdomen, or around the eyes, and pale gray or bluish skin. These are some of the most common forms of a heart disease. If you have or experience any of these type of symptoms, make sure you contact your doctor as soon as possible or go to your nearest emergency room. Let's take a look at what lowers your risk for heart disease. And we want to start with the diet. Begin to watch what you eat. Switch from fried fatty foods for lower fat baked versions. A lot of people are now going to this new contraption where you can actually fry your food without oil. Those are great things that you can do. Add more leafy green, orange, and red vegetables, such as collard greens, such as spinach, such as kale, such as collard greens, your orange family, your sweet potatoes, your butternut squashes, and red vegetables such as peppers, radishes, and those kinds of things. Drink plenty of water. Make sure you're getting your 8 to 9 ounces of water, cups of water per day, of 8 ounces to 9 ounces. And then lower alcohol consumption. Add good fats from olive oil, avocados, and nuts, and add fresh fruits and berries. Add whole grains and oats. Lower the salt and the sugar intake. So these are some of the kinds of things that you can do to lower your risk, starting with the diet. The next thing you want to do is learn how to read or check your labels. So read the labels. Look at specifically whether or not a product contains saturated and trans fat. Both of them have been known to clog your arteries. Look at whether or not a product contains polyunsaturated fat. Fats such as these are good fats, such as olive oil. So check your oil. Certain meats and creams and party foods like potato chips can be loaded with saturated fats and salts. And when eaten over a period of time, they can clog the arteries and as well as contribute to other types of ailments. Now let's weigh the balance. But many of us know all of that, but it's so hard to do. Potato chips are good, and every once in a while I like a good potato chip, but you can find potato chips that are cooked in olive oil. So the main thing is we're not asking you to get rid of everything under your diet. We're asking you to watch your sodium, your salts, and your oil, and also your sugar. So the bottom line is that overall, proper habits will save your life and it'll extend your life. Start putting in place an action plan today. Start thinking about making small incremental changes to lower your risk for heart disease. Commit yourself to a daily walking routine. Start slowly, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, then move yourself into 30 minutes daily. The key is, and what you need to remember, is you're exercising your heart and your body, and you're lowering your risk for heart disease. Find time every day to meditate. Get into a place where it's quiet. Block out everything, even if it's just 10 minutes, and just be still and meditate. Listen to your body and listen to what it's telling you, and relieve the stress. Lower salt intake, add spices and lemon to season your food. Learn how to swap out unhealthy snacks for a balanced meal. A balanced meal of a protein, a vegetable, and a grain go much faster than a donut. Add vegetables and lean meats such as fish and poultry. Add those into your diet. And in terms of making sure that you adhere to the dietary guidelines, what we are finding out is that you really need to have half of your plate as the vegetables and a small portion of protein. I just want to say thank you for listening into this educational seminar. I hope you learned something and it gave you a better understanding of what you need to do in terms of heart health. And remember, this is your life and only you can make those changes. You can find some very helpful resources on my website at healthinsights.org. I created this website during my dissertation studies to help everyone and help those that were working to kind of put their health first, because a lot of times we that work, we continue to run, and we don't always think about the fact that we need to spend some time with our health. You can also find information on the American Heart Association website, the Mayo Clinic, the National Institute for Health, and other heart resources. So I hope you've gained something today. Thank you and enjoy your day.